Eh bien, il est 13 heures et fidèle à la ponctualité de notre congrès.
Well, it's 1 o'clock, so I'd like to start. As we always try to keep to the time. Thank you very much for coming, and those of you who've accepted to come and spend 3 days with us. It's a special event, especially this year. You may remember that last year we ended the congrès, and then the lockdown took place immediately afterwards. This year,
exprimer le retour à la vie normale.
We declared that we would be back to normal life. It's not exactly the case, but let's make the most of it. We are vaccinated, even though some of us have reached the limit of immunity. If they got only 2 shots, hopefully they'll be with the 3rd shot soon. And I'll try to live and survive, even though COVID is still around. So I'm really very happy and very pleased to see that you've come in large numbers. We're supposed to be resistance because the Albatros Congress decided that we be there in person rather than going for the hybrid option. Okay, so we tried this approach. Hopefully it would work. Last year, there were even no vaccines at all, and then we were extremely frightened, and there was no problems. I'm very pleased that everything went so smoothly. So I do insist and make sure that you're very careful, you respect the protection measures, the orders, the suggestions decided by the government that you're probably aware made it possible for France to avoid a huge wave. So one of the disciplinary subjects, of course, which is put under strain is infectious diseases, but it's not there. So this is a special congress as it's organized this year with the WAD, the World Association of Child Diagnosis. This was decided a few years ago. We decided we would continue along this line in spite of all. Last year, the World organized its World Congress in Marrakesh, and of course we couldn't do it in person. So the Congress took place remotely, but it was very different. It doesn't have the same connotation and the same flavor, even though we are always pleased to be able to listen to our colleagues worldwide. So I'm very pleased and honored to see that WAD decided that we would organize this Congress in France next year. The WAD would be organized by our Mexican friends in Mexico. So it's a great honor for France and for Paris to host this association. You probably noticed that the Congress has become quite momentous. We'll have a number of parallel sessions. It's not always been done at Albatros, but it will keep us abreast of events, and you'll be able to read or to watch the replays. So this is really the heart of our discipline, dual pathology, which we always covered at Albatros. All the topics will be reviewed, clinicals, clinic science, which is really at the heart of our Congress, basic research, research with imaging, psychotherapy, genetics, public health issues. We'll be referring to political issues. There will be a number of debates. It is a Congress and the program that we engineered with Nestor Sherman and the board of the WAD, so that when you leave on a Thursday evening, you'll feel that you're really abreast of events and everything is going to be done in the world of addiction. So this is really a pleasure to meet all of you. We're not wearing T-shirts, but it's not a problem because we are getting very close to Christmas. It's a different atmosphere. Will be able to have a enjoyable family memories. So the spirit of Albatros is still there in June, and we've been working hard all this year, and now we take a few steps back. We spend nice moments with our families. So I want to thank Nestor Sherman, the Vice Chairman of WAD. He's going to speak to us. Pedro Ruiz, whom the President of the world, present a number of leading associations. Our American colleagues, Franck-Marie Marie, receives our thanks. I met him at the Congress that they organized in Grenoble, and thank you for being with us. Unless you were here, there will be no Congress, there will be no emulation, and unless you were here, there will be no effort and no encouragement. So now I'm going to end and give the floor to Nestor Sherman. And then we'll be listening to Nicolas Pris, who has been kind enough to come and be with us to discuss addiction in France. Nestor, you have the floor.
Merci beaucoup, Amine. Bonjour.
Very much, Amin. Good afternoon, dear friends.
Good afternoon, friends and colleagues. It's my pleasure to be here. Welcome to this meeting. Welcome to this joint Albatros and WDD, the World Association on Dual Disorders meeting. My name is Nestor Sherman, and I'm currently the Vice President of the WDD. Due to personal reasons, the current president, Professor Pedro Ruiz, is not able to be here with us today, but he sends his greetings and well wishes to all of you. Let me say a few words as a tribute to Pedro Ruiz. He was the president of the APA, the American Psychiatric Association. After that, he was the president of the WPA, the World Association, the World Psychiatric Association. And after that, he is the president of the WDD. He was one of the first psychiatrists around the world to dedicate himself first to addictions and later to dual disorders found in the WDD. As many of you know, despite Pedro Ruiz developing his entire professional career in the US, he studied here in Paris at the Sorbonne University, and he has very nice memories of this city, the city of the light, Villa Lumière. It's my honor to welcome you on his behalf to this opening ceremony. In my capacity as the current Vice President and President-elect of WDD, I would like to extend the warm welcome to all of you, colleagues and friends who are attending this conference. Those of us here today are very fortunate to be able to gather in person this year, although many other colleagues and friends, due to restrictions, have had to cancel their visit at the last minute. I'm very happy to see all your faces again, but please keep covered with your mask. Now, let me give a special thanks to my friend, to my good friend, Professor Amin Benjamina. Amin. He's the organizer of this joint meeting, Albatros and WDD meeting. We both share Albatros and WDD, we both share the same vision about the concept, about the world of dual disorders. So this is a natural partnership. We believe that this Congress is a unique opportunity to bring together the best of WDD with its international vision, international perspective, based on neuroscience and precision psychiatry, and the best of Albatros, a forum with high prestige, consolidated, well-established over the years. Okay. The theme of this Congress year is When Dual Disorders Challenge Other Disciplines. Thank you to all the organizing committee for the Congress. Thank you, Amin. Thank you, Dr. Lisa Blecha. Thanks, Lisa. Thank you to the Katana Santé Group. Thanks, Annie, Sophie, for the logistical organization, and also to Lucia, the Secretary of the WDD. And thank you all for being here and participating. Finally, I would like to encourage all of you to participate in the next World Congress, the WDD World Congress, to be held in the wonderful Mexico City. Save the date, June 21st to 24th next year. I'm sure it will be a great Congress, and I would like to see all of you there. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Évidemment, vous avez reconnu Nicolas Pris, c'est pas Amin Benyamina.
Of course, Nicolas Pris. I'd like to thank you for being here all the time. One of the most faithful members. Dear friend, dear President of the French Society of Addictology, President of this Congress, Vice President, Vice Chairman of the World Association of Dual Diagnosis, dear colleagues, as has just been said, I think we are all extremely pleased to see that this 15th Congress can take place in this format here, with many members coming from abroad, which is really the most important part of our group. In terms of, for all of us, government members and colleagues, addiction is a big problem in France, but the first causes of premature death with alcohol and tobacco, the main risk factors of cancer and social cost, which is absolutely huge. 12 to 13 million people who smoke tobacco on a daily basis, 25% of the young population, number of daily users of cannabis. I wouldn't call it a tidal wave. Of course, a wave is a bad name these days, concerning cocaine and crack, which is probably ahead of us. And then we refer to the strong links with the violence in families, or violence to women, which are often due to the use of alcohol, excessive abuse or abuse of screens. And this is part of one of the topics that you do cover, mental distress, mental problems, which are closely linked to addictive use, that they live in an environment that are not protective enough, or they were not able to withstand the sanitary crisis. And youth, they are very strong. All young people are strong, but also the way they communicate and their environment may get worse. And the risk of addiction is quite high. So much for the background. And then on top of it, the health crisis has come and is a major challenge. We invite you to better control the behaviors of the weakest and the youngest. But it showed that there were opportunities in terms of remote care, and the world is faced with a new pandemics, and I'd like to recognize the role that all of you have been playing for the past 2 years, together with first aid and doctors. You've been extremely responsive, reactive. You've been able to innovate. You remained in touch with your patients. You tried to fight depression and make sure that your patients were not faring any worse. Issue of addiction, of course, is a core issue. Many people express their views as to the current situation, the solution to bring. There's a lot of stigmatization of users, and seems to be a pervading trend in society. Some put emphasis on a safer environment. And of course, information is constant, and there's no room for taking stock of the situation. There are misconceptions of what addiction is all about, who are addicts, and they suffer, essentially. And also difficulties that we meet on a daily basis in places and countries that are constantly fighting. And so many people there become extremely alien. And this is a source of concern. This has to do with the loss of trust and confidence by our citizens, and they insist on getting more protection from the public sector and government authorities, and might eventually reject our health care services. We want to limit risk. Of course, this is an absolute must, but it's very fragile because these practices are not infallible. They're not safe enough. Part of the public opinion doesn't see any problem with the increasing risk around us, even though some of them are increasingly documented. They pretend to see or to give therapeutic virtues to products that hadn't been studied in depth. And the most important thing is that they can generate profits. And this is why your expertise is key. That's how you can take the best option, exercise the best choices, or stand back and analyze the situation. Science may help us deal with this. The science of addiction, this is here. This is what we came. Thank you, Amine, and thank you all for sharing your expertise with you. Thank you.